Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Friday morning, January 5th, 2021, and it is 8:18 in the AM, and I'm headed to work. Oh, I'm Jay, just in case you were wondering, and welcome to another day in the daily life of Jay. I'm getting on the freeway because I've got to get gas, and the station that I like, I can't even say like, I really can't even say like, but I prefer it over the one that is closer to work, just because of how they are configured. And I even prefer it over the one that is on the route, on the street route that I take, because even though they have more pumps, a lot of their pumps hardly ever work, and I don't like to get caught up in the mix. I don't have the time to get caught up in the mix. I don't have the time to be waiting for people to get their gas and do whatever it is. You know, they go into the store to end up getting breakfast and coffee, and I don't have that kind of time. So yeah, I just go to this gas station whenever possible, because it's usually an in and out situation. It's usually an in and out situation. So I'm going to do that first. So this is not going to be a clip that is as long as it usually is, just because I've got to do that. How did you guys sleep last night? How did you sleep? I think I slept okay. Not, oh no, not doing that. Oh gosh, no. Oh, huge backup. Huge, major, massive backup. So, around the circle I go. Yeah, no, I will not be partaking in that foolery. So it's the gas station on the street, and I need to be mindful of my speed, because I'm hitting these corners like I'm on a motorcycle. That ain't what this thing is. I went to sleep. I got into bed, I would say. I got into bed before the husband did. And I started dozing off just as he made it to the bed. So it did not, I wasn't awake for very long after he got into bed. And I don't think that I know that he didn't sleep very well, but I don't think that he went to sleep as soon as he got into bed. I think he tried and it didn't work. And he's not feeling well today, which isn't a surprise to me. Why is it not a surprise to me? Because it's Friday, and I think the last shot that I gave him was Sunday. Sorry, I've got to get the sun out of my eyes. I wasn't expecting it to be this bright this morning. I think the last shot that I gave him was Sunday, and I can bet $5 that he has not given himself a shot since I gave him his shot. And I can almost bet another $5 that he hasn't taken any medication at all. So that, in combination with he's had 2 containers of apple juice, probably a good 6 sodas this week, at least 3 energy drinks. He has not been eating a lot of the sweet candy that he bought for himself, which I'm surprised by. Oh gosh, am I gonna make it? Woohoo, I did, yay! He likes, okay, so not very many people like the candy corn, the sweet candy corn that you mix with the peanuts, or that you have during the Halloween season. Not very many people like that. He likes it. So he bought himself some of that the last time we went to the grocery store, as well as some chocolate covered raisins. And he's actually been very good about eating either one. He has not overindulged on either one. He also bought himself some popcorn. One was caramel, one was cheese. He hasn't overdone it on that. The fact that his teeth are falling out, breaking off rather, is making it difficult for him to eat the stuff that he wants to eat. But it's actually making it difficult for him to eat anything. So he's not been eating as well as he needs to eat. He's not getting the protein and the vitamins that he needs to eat or get. And he wants new teeth. And I want him to get new teeth. But I also know that it's likely that he's not. Just because he's not saving for teeth. He's not saving as if he wants to get these teeth. Because we're going to have to come out of pocket. Are you not turning? You're not turning. You're just in my way. Okay. We are going to have to come out of pocket because his insurance isn't going to pay for his teeth 100%. But he's not saving as if he understands that. He is waiting to go to the oral surgeon, find out how much it's going to cost, and then say, oh man, I ain't going to be able to do this. It's going to cost this. The insurance should cover more. Yada, yada, yada. But that's not indicative of someone who says that this is what they want to do. And I am not trying to say that he's not capable of doing the things that he needs to do. He is. He's just choosing not to. It's just that simple. He's choosing not to. So what I am not going to do is overly concern myself with, oh, they're giving food away. Praise God. I am not overly concerned with doing anything more than what I am doing, because I've done that and it just causes arguments, disagreements, verbal altercations, some that get really rough, because I am doing over and beyond. I am caring more about his well-being than he is caring, so it does me no good, because I'm not the one that's sick. And even though it would do him some good if he would just go along with what he's supposed to do, as I am directing him to do, directing him based on what the doctors are saying, of course, not based on what I think, based on what the doctors are saying. If he were to do what he is being directed to do, I'm not saying that he would feel 100% better. I'm saying that it might be better for him if he just did what he was supposed to do, which is one of the reasons why, outside of working out, I try so very hard to do the things that I am supposed to do to make sure that I stay healthy, because I've gotten sick way too many times because I'm overly concerned about someone else. And when I say overly, I mean I am more concerned about their well-being than they are about their own well-being. So I've gotten sick way too many times being overly concerned about someone else and then neglecting myself. And I can't do that anymore. I just can't. I came to that resolve, and I've said this several times on this channel. I've said it several times on this channel, so I'm saying it again. When I became deathly ill, God bringing me out of that showed me that I don't have time to waste being overly concerned about someone else's well-being. I will do what it is that I am supposed to do, but I am not doing any more than that, because if you don't want it, why should I want it so bad for you? I can't take your shots and make you feel better. I can't take your pills and make you feel better. I can't give you the muscles out of my stomach to make yours operate the way they're supposed to. But I'm also not going to join you in your pity party of woe is me, I feel so bad, I'm so sick, look at me. And I'm not just speaking about my husband, I'm speaking about anyone in general that has that mindset, that victim mindset. So, yeah. That's my little tangent for the morning, I think. So yeah, he's not feeling well this morning. All of that to say he's not feeling well this morning, and it's not a shocker to me that he doesn't. The other part of, and I've said this before just recently, especially as it pertains to the different people that we've hired, and the people that are currently working there, I love them dearly. I'm glad that they are seeing who they are and who they are not finally. And it's not even that they're seeing it, it's that they're finally admitting it, accepting it and admitting it. If you're not sharks in sales, if you don't have that shark mentality, just say you don't have it. Don't waste the time. And oh, please go faster. Don't waste the time, effort, and energy, and even money, trying to be something that you aren't. Be your most authentic, thank you, Father, self. And if you're not a shark, you're a goldfish, then say, hey, I'm a goldfish. I'm not a shark. And maybe you're not even a goldfish. Maybe you're more like, I don't know, maybe you're more like a clownfish. Maybe you're Nemo. Or Dory. But you're not Jaws. Say that. Hey, I tried to be Jaws. It turns out I don't have the teeth for it. I'm intimidated by the people that I'm supposed to be aggressive with. Can I just be in the pool that I'm supposed to be in? Plain and simple. So all of that to say that they've finally figured out that they can't do the job that they were hired to do. So 2 people are going to go into roles that are less intimidating for them, and 3 people are going to start Monday, and prayerfully they stick. Because it's what we need. It is absolutely what we need. Alright, I gotta go get gas. Maybe this will be a long one. Maybe I'll come back because I wasn't finished. Let me go pay for this gas. Alright, while I wait for the gas to pump into the vehicle. So yeah, we've got 3 people starting Monday. Hopefully all works out well, and it sticks. What we have figured out is that once we have to make them make calls, they back out. They realize they can't do it. And I'm not sure what they thought they'd have to do. Because it's told to them before they even start that this is what they have to do. It's told to them during the interview process that this is what they have to do. And they say, great. They sign the offer letter and they take the job. But for some reason, they're not clear, I guess, when they get there. So they have to do 2 full days of intense training. It's all video training. And then they have to do like half a day of calling, which is still a part of the training. But then they also have to come up with some of their own leads. We have a leads list. The sad part is we haven't even been able to give them our leads list because they can't call the people on their leads list. So as much as we want them to succeed, if they don't want it for themselves, there's nothing more that we could do. So we have approved a total of 9 people. The last 3, we've got the background check on 1, and we've got 2 more that should come through by today if they haven't already. That will determine if we have to restart Monday or not. That will determine, because you can't come in without a background check because you're dealing with people's personal information. Yeah, you're dealing with people's personal information, so you gotta pass the background check. But again, we can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. And we want these people to succeed. We give them everything that we can to help them to succeed. But if they don't want it, if they're not brave enough to go for it, there's nothing else that we can do. Like, I don't like making calls either. Hold up. Yeah, I don't like making the calls either. But I know once I get my license, I've got to make the calls. And I may actually start before I get my license. Like, I've got to go get fingerprints today. So I'm going to go get fingerprints today. And then next week, I've got to turn in the paperwork, the application. But I can't turn it in until I get my fingerprints. So today, I got to get the fingerprints. Probably Monday, Tuesday, I turn in the application for the temporary license, and then I have to start studying for the full license. And I know that I'm going to, I am breathing hard. I know that I'm going to have to make calls. So I just got to make the calls. You know, I just got to make the calls. And it may not be something that I like to do, but it's something I need to do in order to do what I'm supposed to do at that point my job. Even though I am still going to be the office manager and his assistant, I'll also be able to do sales. So I'll have to make calls. That's just a part of the job. And again, these people are told this before they start. They're told what's required of them before they come in the door. And all they have to do is do it. It's reinforced when they get there because I hand them the paperwork that maps out everything that they were told. It maps it out, how you're supposed to do it, to make it easier for them to understand the process and not just start willy-nilly. It just isn't, I don't know. I think they really don't believe it's going to happen until I say, okay, on day 3, let's get that list and let's start making calls. And then it's like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to. But you're wasting your time. You're wasting your effort. You're wasting your money because I am the only one that lives. No, I take that back. We did have someone that lived within 15 minutes of the place. And they quit after day 2. They came in for the first 2 days, called in sick the 3rd day, never came back. One guy, he lived far away. And his commute was even more difficult because before he came into the office, he had another task that he had to do that was far away from his house in one direction. And then he had to pass his house to come to the office. So he had the longest commute, I think. But I started thinking about, okay, the time and effort you took to get up, get bathed, get dressed, go do the things that you needed to do before you got to work. Drive to work, that's gas. Prepare a lunch or even buy lunch, that's money. And then you dodge after 2, 3, 4 days. It's a waste. It's such a waste. Such a waste, sweetie. So yeah, you just gotta figure out what you want before you start making all of these choices. Like, that's why a lot of stuff that I need to do, I haven't done it because my brain is so scattered at times about some of the things that need to happen. Like, some of the stuff, I may not hear anything from God on what to do and how to do it for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden he starts downloading this stuff in me, and I gotta write it all down, and I gotta figure out how to make it happen, and then it gets overwhelming, and it's like, okay, map it out. But my mapping out process wasn't the best, so then I'm not getting it done. Well, I don't have that option this go round, which is why I have to be more concerned about me and my well-being, the things that I need to do. So I have started a process, and I just started it. It was a little shaky at first, but this go around, this last time that I used it, it made a little bit more sense because this time I actually used a template, and using the template helped it make more sense to me. And it's not necessarily an app, but it's like a process, a system, if you will, called Trello. And like I said, the first couple of times I was a little shaky on it, but this time I typed in specifically what I needed to do, and I just searched through what popped up to find the one that fit best for what I needed to do. have to do than any of the other ones. So, and then when I started typing in it, I was like, okay. And it really wasn't even that I started typing in it, but I started looking at the descriptions that it was giving for the task. And I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. And then the one prior to is one that I created. And as I began typing it out, it started making more sense. So as I use it more, as I get more comfortable with it, I'll tell you guys, you know, how it really works for me. But it is starting to make a little bit more sense, and it is helping me with organization. I just need to be diligent about using it and seeing the whole process through. Because that is something that I'm guilty of, is I'll start it and then get distracted by something else and won't finish what I started. And then by the time I come back to it, what was downloaded into me is no longer there. So I get like, okay, what was I supposed to do with this? And God has already moved on to the next thing. Not to say that he won't give it back to me, because sometimes he does. He gives it back to me so that I can finish it up. But a lot of times it's just I missed the mark because I didn't stick with it to finish it. I've got to be better about that, sticking with it to finish it. So yeah, that's what's in my brain this morning. Trello was helping. He's downloaded some stuff into me in this week. I started writing about it. I need to get water. This week. Actually, I wrote some things this morning. I wrote some things this morning. I think I'm going to get a salad for lunch too. So we shall see. And that's the other thing. That's the other reason why I've got to get more purposeful about my note taking, because I've got notes every flipping where, and I try to rein them all in, and it just gets yeah. And when I say I got notes everywhere, I got notes everywhere. Thankfully, I did not find what I was looking for yesterday, because I didn't need another one. I really didn't. I did not need another journal. I need to use what I already have. I need to back up some. I need to use what I already have and be more concise about what I'm using. So, like I said, I got notes everywhere. I have 3, 4, 5 notebooks in my bag right now. 2 of them are bullet journals. No. That kind of, the second, it is a bullet journal, but it's a different kind of bullet journal. One of them is just a straight bullet journal. One of them is a budget bullet journal. And then one of them is just a budget binder. And then I've got a regular notebook, or journal rather, a line journal. And then I've got a second line journal, both of which are almost completely full. And then I've got a smaller little notepad where I am writing down the things for my vision boards. I'm actually mapping out some of the stuff that I need to put on the vision boards and beefing it up, putting some meat on the bones, versus, like, I've got the skeleton, which is the vision board, but I'm putting the meat on the bones so that I know how to do what I need to do. That's the research part. That's the part that I talked about in my webinar. Doing what I know to do. How am I going to get these things accomplished? The steps that it takes. I'm actually mapping that out in a smaller journal. And then I'm going to, once I am clear on that's what I really need to do, I'm going to put it into the actual bullet journal vision board so that it makes more sense as I go through each task. So I got notes everywhere. I need to become much more clear and concise. Like, I got a journal for my inspirational stuff and the stuff that God downloads into me. I got one for my daily notes. And then I've got one, like I said, for the bullet journal. And then I've got the 3 budget ones sitting in here. So I got notes everywhere, and I need to streamline it. I need to just use one journal for whether it's something that God downloads or whether it's just a daily note. And then I need to figure out a way to differentiate the two. So if I'm using a regular journal, then I need to put like a marker, some kind of place marker in it, so that it shows that this part is for God's download, and then this part is for daily notes. So yeah. All right, guys, let me get in here, go get myself some water and a salad, and then I get myself to the office. It's been great. I've rambled quite a bit. I've had so many thoughts, so many thoughts, and I haven't even spoken all of the thoughts that I have. So I'm going to get off of here. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.